Okay, so I'm going to do a quick video here of the most recent DCA war. Um, Overall, it's a fairly even match. Um, we were -1 on a town hall basis, so we had two tens, so they had two. They had one more nine. Uh, and what it came down to basically was a number of their nines were equal to 3-star R9. So actually, they dropped down. One of their tens dropped down and got Hilly, and then a nine got Oli, nine got Fago. Fu was at two. Um, Ben was an eight, but a nine cleared him. So that was their 1 point advantage right there. And then getting Oli and Fago with the nines were the really what threw them over. This should have been a 42-40 win. Fago popped in late, could have cleared an eight, but by that time the war was over. So really, um, in the end, they had a 1 point advantage and effectively won by two. So we really did play pretty well in this war. It really just came down to the nine versus nine. So at the 10 level, Swan and Reaver two-starred their tens first try. They needed two shots on Reaver, which was good. Otherwise, they'd have had one of their tens drop down on Fu, and probably would have three-starred there. And then on our side, none of our nines got any of their nines. And City 3 and 5 were sitting at 1 star. Reaver came down and got both of those to 3 stars. After two-starring the first two. So, this just happened to be a good war uh, for Reaver, and not quite as good a war for some other folks. So, the big issue in this war is what we were missing down low was oddball. That's the TH10 who typically sits in the bottom third or bottom fourth of our clan, and Ayaki's out this week. So that's kind of our equalizer. And we didn't happen to have that. So, but literally, overall, we played well. And like I said, effectively lost by two and we were down by one. So really only lost by one. But I'll go ahead and show you some of the attacks. So yeah, actually, well, this is actually interesting. Uh, Fago came in and ran Drags 4 here for 1 star late in the war. And that was actually a good use of an attack. So we'd already lost the war. This was a really spread base. I didn't get a chance to see this attack because I was over. Um, I kind of missed the end of the war. I was over starting the war in DC. But, that's actually not a bad attack. And our argument for getting Oddball back into the wars is we sent him up and 2-star the TH10s, and then our 10s drop down. So in this case, as you'll see, we know any real problem there high. So let me show you some of the almost attacks. These were actually some pretty good attacks. So yeah, here's Hilly on city number 3. And so he went out, researched this attack, looked at it. So this is a variation of Fago's base. It's really, ultra spread. And the idea is to do exactly what it does here. So Hilly ran a pretty good attack, just did not have quite enough firepower to pull it off. But pretty much all the things you're supposed to do, you do. And like I said, this is kind of normal for this city, is to get 1 star and over 90%. And they had the same problem hitting our guy. They had to hit him twice, who has a base similar to this. So it's a relatively easy base for a TH8 to clean. but a bear, kind of a bear for a 9. So that was one that was close. It was a good attack, just didn't quite get it. And then trying to find the one. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so this was another one. We never actually did clear this city. I should have sent Fago on it. If we were into a close war, we would have. But here you'll see Gavin made a really good run at this city, got 99%. And if his king, that's TH10 BK, and he's at level 8. So that may be as far as you can push a BK at 8. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, if that BK, had just a little bit more upgrade, he'd have got it. But he was down to 1 dragon here, had just about everything else done. And like I said, if that BK was a little bit bigger, he'd have taken out that spell factory and got it. So it really was that close. Hilly had a good run. Gavin had a good run. Overall, we played really well. I said we were just, a -1, and our 9s just had had a hard time clearing theirs. So that was it. And there was another run. I think Oli made on 5. And let me see if I can find that. Yeah. So yeah, here's Oli's run on 5, and you'll see it wasn't a bad run. He did split his units there, and on a base like this, you'll see. I think I'll try to play one of the whoever got it, Swan or Reaver. In general, you don't want to give your troops a chance to fracture, and that's kind of what occurred here. Hit the corner, and then the units just split around the corner. So I'll show you the best attack. So as you'll see, Reaver didn't split here. He pretty much just came in from one side. He could have really picked either side. Wouldn't have made a whole lot of difference. And I think I mentioned this in the last war. Reaver tripped a hound. In general, if he knows a hound's there, he won't trip it. So this one, we weren't stressed on time at the end, and it was really just a blowaway city. And then Swan hit this one, which was the one that Hilly did pretty well on. And similar idea here. It's basically attack the corners and run down the sides, dropping your spells as they go. I personally absolutely hate attacking this city. Have done it a couple of times with mixed results. It really is just a pain in the ass. But Ayaki pulled something up, which was a Hogo Wee attack, and posted the link to it. And God bless Swan, he took care of that. And then the high attack. So I already showed you the drag attack that was on here earlier. And here you can see this is a typical suicide hero attack. Heroes come in on the sides, and then you just pretty much run drags up the middle. And I think he delayed on a couple of drags here to try and get them into the center, and turned out it worked there with the town hall, and pretty much easy. And I guess he had another drag there in the corner left over, perhaps, to take care of that. So that one went pretty well. And then this one was I believe this was a jump city. Yeah, you had jump on this one. So you run in, jump the heroes, take out one air defense, and then the other, you actually got the air defense and the sweeper. and the other sweeper was useless here. So the defender had a really bad setup. So I think this was, I can't remember which one went down first, but pretty straightforward, relatively simple 2 stars up high. And then, as I said, that one was Gavin's. So we really cleared it from 9 on down, so we dropped the 9 down on that. Ty here had a 8 on 8 3-star. So Ty's from DC, and I guess he just rolled up another low account and came over to DCA probably within the last week, I think. So, you saw he kind of weakened that one air defense early, so went after them with lightning and had an earthquake in there also to help, and really had no trouble with that. And here at the bottom we have Chimera, who is Enyo's alt, and basically trying to learn how to play the small units. And yeah, this was such a straightforward low attack. When you see something like this with really no air defense, bring in the loons, take care of it. So pop the CC, kill the CC troops. Yeah, and very nice, straightforward 3 down there at the bottom. Okay, that's probably enough for this war. As I said, we didn't win. We didn't have our usual level of engineering in this war with either Ayaki's alt in it or any of the other kind of no defense cities at the war. But we hung in there pretty well, kept it close, and made a fight of it. So, yeah, no shame there.